Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, October 12th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Drove through downtown last night, and it looks like the boat show is nearly ready for the sailboat show that opens up on Thursday with the VIP day. It does roll through Monday. If you're going, definitely grab the tickets in advance. You can get them at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. It is so much easier. And speaking of tickets, I just checked. The Renn Fest is already sold out for this weekend and the following Saturday, which happens to be the final weekend. So if you want to go to the Renn Fest this year, Sunday the 23rd is your only choice, and you better get your tickets now. Renfest.com. All right, let's get into today's news, shall we? Details, schmeetails. That seems to be what the city of Annapolis said when they gave away parking in downtown for 30 years to the guys building the garage. Residents are fired up, and it showed at last night's city council meeting. Apparently, the new contractor, who has a lot of control and say since, well, they're building the garage for future parking revenue, they've started to ticket residents who are parking on streets that they have been parking on for decades, despite having residential parking permits, for which they paid a hefty sum. Prince George's Street, College Avenue are now being aggressively ticketed as they are now pay by app. You have to have that Parkmobile app to pay and park there. In a statement sent out last week by Alderwoman Tierney, she said that the parking contractor is, quote, negotiating with the city to resolve the issues. This probably should have been negotiated before the contract was signed. But then again, the contract began working on the garage well before that contract was signed too. The city's putting the whole cart before the horse there. I suspect that is likely to come back and bite us. But as to the city's official response on the parking, City Manager Mike Malinoff said, "We are very sorry for whatever transpired to make your life inconvenient and difficult." County Executive Pittman had some money, and he is giving it to the arts community. Last night at the Annie Awards at Maryland Hall, he presented a check to April Nyman from the Arts Council of Anne Arundel County for $267,500. This is American Rescue Act money and will be doled out in small grants to independent artists in Anne Arundel County. The maximum amount of each grant would be $2,500, and applications will open on November 1st at accac.org. Good news for all of the fantastic artists right here in our county. All right, let's talk about some political news. Republican gubernatorial candidate Dan Cox has pulled out of a fundraiser/rally scheduled for October 22nd in Arnold because of the backlash over the name. Kimberly Klacik, a former Baltimore congressional candidate, is putting it on and was initially called it Unite the Right. And if you will remember, that was the name of the rally in Charlottesville in 2017 that killed one and injured many. Klacik said that she had no idea about the name, and she did change the name of the event to Maryland United. And just a real personal observation about the whole GOP in Maryland, and they really are their own worst enemy, it seems, and really can't seem to get out of their own way. Aside from this latest SNAFU, they also sent out a hit piece on Shanika Henson, but instead of using her photo, they used a random one of someone else they found on her Facebook page. Another hit piece they put out on Sarah Elfreth stated that she had raised taxes and fees more than 40 times during Governor O'Malley's years. Let's see, Sarah stepped into the role on January 9th, 2019. O'Malley left office on January 21st, 2015. And just yesterday, the Anne Arundel County GOP had to cancel an event at Homestead Gardens featuring former Governor Robert Ehrlich because, well, they didn't check the governor's schedule and there is a conflict. So now it's scheduled the night before the election. I just sit here and I see these stupid mistakes and I just shake my head. And speaking of elections, mailed ballots should have arrived, and the state has confirmed that there are 281 ballot drop boxes all across the state. You can mail your ballots back, or you can drop them in any box up until 8 p.m. on November 8th, which is Election Day. If you want a mail-in ballot, the deadline to get one is November 1st. If you need to register to vote, that deadline is October 18th. And early in-person voting begins on October 27th and will run daily through November 3rd, and hours will be 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And as I mentioned, Election Day is Tuesday, the 8th of November. Again, the election hours will be 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And as I always say, do your research, be informed, and vote for the best candidate for you. And to help you out with that research, the only gubernatorial debate between Dan Cox and Wes Moore, I wonder if that's going to be the shortest names for governors ever in Maryland history. Dan Cox, that's only 6 letters. Wes Moore, that's 7 letters. 8 letters. Anyhow, I divert. They will be debating on television tonight at 7 p.m. on MPT, and I believe WBAL is also airing it. I am sure it will be streamed on YouTube and Facebook as well, and something tells me that I read somewhere where this may have already happened, and they recorded it and are going to be airing it tomorrow, but I could be wrong on that one. Leadership Anne Arundel is looking for some new leaders to join their Neighborhood Leadership Academy class of 2023. This program will start up in January, and the deadline to apply is December 15th. You can check that out at leadershipaa.org/page/NLA. Now, there is no charge for this program, and they are seeking people that have a genuine interest in care for the community and the county. It's a sister program to the flagship program, which I took a few years back. It's a great organization, and I'll tell you, it is very worthwhile. I can't speak to the specifics of the NLA program, but if anybody wants to pick my brain on the flagship program, please drop me a line. All right, that's our wrap on the news. Pod news up this weekend. It's Parry and Lucky Bird Tattoo. And I'll tell you, Parry is an amazingly talented artist and really all-around cool guy. And the following week, I'm kind of thinking it's going to be Scout and Molly's, but we'll see. All right, let's put this puppy to bed with a quick thank you to you and also to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company, and Scout and Molly's. So now you need to hang tight because George from DCMDVA Weather is standing by with your locally forecast weather report. And, of course, we have Bridget, also known as Beeper Buzz, with the only up-to-date music news in Annapolis After Dark. What do all the kids say? She's the OG. All right, all that in just a bit, so hang tight.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, October 12th. Another great day yesterday for the Annapolis region, but some storms are ahead tomorrow before sunshine returns Friday through the weekend. Look for increasing clouds throughout the day today, with temps again 70-plus degrees for many in the region, ahead of some PM storms tomorrow, some of which could be severe, as a cold front moves through from west to east. But skies will clear in time for the weekend, with sunshine and mid to upper 60s expected Friday, with the expectation now for warmer temps than originally expected for the weekend, with sunshine Saturday and Sunday, with highs each day likely in the 65 to 72 degree range, ahead of another cold front Monday that will bring a little more rain before a noticeable cool down starting Tuesday, with highs only in the 55 to 62 degree range. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day. along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info, and definitely be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt.
One of the biggest questions I'm getting asked right now, what is going on with the housing market? Well, when the interest rates jumped up 2 percentage points, mortgage payments went up 20% for the same home. This is starting to have an effect on the number of buyers we are seeing, with 10% fewer home sales than last spring. However, our inventory is 25% lower than the same time last year. What does all this mean? There are more home buyers than homes on the market, so prices are still increasing. Now more than ever, it's time to work with someone who can guide you with solid, proven advice. Wisdom, proactiveness, and intense marketing make a huge difference. Please give us a call today and let us help you navigate these waters. We promise to educate and guide you with your best interest at heart.
That's another moving moment with Kristi Neidhardt of Northrop Realty, a Long & Foster company. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com.
The music scene in Anne Arundel County is popping, and sometimes it's hard to sort through it all. From blues to pop, from funk to ska, Beeper Buzz has it all covered for you in this week's Annapolis After Dark.
Good morning, Annapolis. Beeper Buzz here with your Annapolis After Dark weekend music highlights for Wednesday, October 12th through Sunday, October 16th. Go to the socials for Annapolis Streaming and Beeper Buzz, and also both websites for the full schedule. We update the event and all websites with changes and cancellations, so you know before you go. AnnapolisStreaming.com and BeeperBuzz.com. Live music for today, Wednesday. Start with Happy Hour for Wine Wednesday at Twain's Tavern, which used to be Bamboo Bernie's, with music by Lost and Found Trio Band. Peter James will be at Pirates Cove down in Galesville. The Joeys are back at Mother's in Arnold Wednesday. Joey Harcum and Joey Mitchell. Thursday, Get to the Point for Brian Ewald. Michael Kay is back from Sweden and will be at Gary's Grill in Severna Park. Aaron Hawkins of Loose Ties will be at Senior Chili in Arnold. Ben Heemstra of Ben will be at Julep. Alexander Peters will be at Reynolds Tavern. And Ryan Kozel will be at Annapolis Market House. Weekend music. Wine on the Water is this weekend up at Kurt's Beach in Pasadena. Music both days with Michael Kay from Pretty Big Deal on Saturday, Chris Sachs Band on Sunday, and more. Friday night music. Start with Happy Hour at Blackwall Hitch with Dana B. Jennifer Schimpf will be at Great Frogs Winery off of Forest Drive. Chris Button will be at San Andreas Riverside down in Galesville. Meg Murray and Brian Ewald, known as Meg and Brian, will be at Brian Brew. Wheelhouse Rock Band will be Rockin' Romulo's. Them Crazy Maracas will be at Senior Chili in Arnold. Fresh Pint Maryland will be at Mother's in Arnold. Orlando Phillips will be up the road at Sullivan's Cove in Severna Park. In downtown Annapolis Friday night, Doug Segre Band will be at Pusser's Caribbean Grill for the Annapolis Boat Shows. And Lee Pretty Trio will be at Santa Joe's on West Street. Friday night at Annapolis Smokehouse, Jumpin' Jupiter. You may remember them from the 1-year anniversary party at Dark Horse last year. They were awesome, so this is one you won't want to miss. End the night with DJ Draco at O'Brien's. Saturday, there is a lot going on. Under my Other Things to Do category at the bottom of each day's schedule, you'll find 2 grand openings on Saturday. Both are music related. Both places support our local music scene in a big way, so we should all take the time to stop in Saturday. I will be. First, Trip Records in Edgewater. This name should sound familiar because this shop belongs to the parents of Shane Tripp, who is in Moran Tripp Band and so many other bands. This will be the place to hang out and check out vinyl and band merch. They also plan to have pop-up music events. This is going to be one cool place to hang out. Second, Crooked Crab Brewing Company in Odenton has expanded, and the grand opening of their new larger space is also on Saturday. They also will now be serving in-house pizza to go with their great beer. Saturday is also Tillman Island Day, which is a big event over there. So if you choose to go over, you'll enjoy local seafood and hear music by Bird Dog and the Road Kings. Saturday night music. If you missed them Crazy Maracas Friday night, catch them again in Market Space in front of Federal House. Sharon and the Edge will be at Dark Horse. 2 floors of free music at Middleton Tavern, with Michael McHenry Tribe downstairs and Donald Wolcott upstairs in the piano bar. Up in Severna Park, Big Money Band will be Rockin' Romulo's. DBR, known as Dad Band Revival, will be at Severna Park Tap House. Shift Work will be up at Malloy's Irish Pub in Crofton. Moran Trip Band is back at the Hideaway, which is somewhere in Odenton. And if you are over on the Eastern Shore, Klacik is known to be a hotspot for music, and they are having a big show Saturday night. It's a singer-songwriter showcase, and we'll have Daphne Ekman, Jennifer Schimpf, and Carly Winter and Rivka. Sunday Fun Day, start with brunch with Ryan DeLuca of Moondog at the Graduate Hotel in the Trophy Room, or Annapolis Bluegrass at Sullivan's Cove. Carly Winter will be at Annapolis Market House. Steve Van Franken and Victoria will be at Stan & Joe's on West Street. And end the weekend with DJ J. Crawdad spinning the vinyl at Tsunami. Remember, these are just the highlights. Find the full schedule of music for all of Annapolis and the surrounding areas on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook event and on the websites annapolisstreaming.com and beeperbuzz.com, spelled BEEPRBUZZ. Add the websites to the homepage on your cell phone to make them an app. 2 clicks to the music anytime, and I'll see you out there.
Ready for a new look for those end-of-summer parties? Come see us at Scout & Molly's. I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate this great little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center. After spending the last 2 years shopping online, come enjoy a fun, in-person shopping experience with a bonus, real customer service. We'd love to help you pick out the perfect outfit for back-to-school Annapolis boat shows and nights out with your friends. Scout & Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thanks for shopping local.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.